I am not sure that it is good that I am standing here again today. Equality of rights under the law shall not be abridged or denied by the United States or by any state on account of sex. 21 words I proposed in 1923 as an amendment to our Constitution. I always knew that equal rights was the right direction. Most proposals and reforms and problems, they're complicated, yes? But to me, there is nothing complicated about ordinary equality. 21 simple words to ensure that women are equal to all people in this nation. Ordinary equality. Basic common ground for all. As a First Lady once said, women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights, period. I always thought of the movement like a sort of mosaic. Each of us puts a little stone in, and at the end we have a wonderful, wonderful great mosaic. Lucretia Mott, Ms. Anthony. Where are you, Ms. Anthony?
I am here.
Thank you. Ms. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucy Burns, each cast her stone. So many others. The emancipated abolitionist, Sojourner Truth. Mary Bethune-McLeod, activist and educator. The very first United States Congresswoman, Republican Jeanette Rankin. The courageous journalist Ida B. Wells. Mary Church Terrell, the very first president of the National Association for Colored Women. First Lady and chair of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Eleanor Roosevelt. United States Congresswoman and presidential candidate Shirley Chisholm. U.S. Secretaries of State Madeleine Albright, Condoleezza Rice, Supreme Court Justices Sandra Day O'Connor and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Each of these contributed in their own way to the evolving mosaic of our movement's mission and journey, as each of you has done. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I always knew that if we won freedom for women, well, women were likely to do some things that I probably wish that they wouldn't. But it seemed to me that our business was not to say what women should do with it. Our business was to see that they got it. I had hoped that, well, that women would unify, that we would awaken to our coalesced power. Sadly, that did not happen. Women did not vote as a bloc, and they still do not today. When you are very young, when you've never done anything very much on your own, you imagine that it won't be hard. Hard. Ladies, we can do hard. We must do hard, and we must do this together. Equality under the law. And remember, courage in women is often mistaken for insanity. Don't you forget that. In 1923, just 2 years after we won the right of the vote, I should add it this time, for most women, but not for all. In 1923, I wrote, "My wish, my hope, is that in 100 years it will no longer be a man's world, but a woman's in a man's world, with each sex contributing equally to the control of government, family, and industry. Before 2023, I believe we shall see a woman in the White House as chief executive of this nation, and women shall comprise half of the membership of Congress. It's 2024. More educating, more cultivating, more awareness, more mobilizing. Or will you sit on the side while your voices are silenced and your right to self-sovereignty is whittled away state by state? It is happening, my friends. It is happening now. We women of America, we can tell you that America is not a democracy. More than 20 million women once were denied the right to vote. It took the 1965 Voting Rights Act for African American women to be allowed to vote across this entire country, 45 years after the passage of the 19th Amendment. And now, all women are losing rights. We must move in unity and insist that women are equal to men in all ways under the law. My mother used to say, when you put your hand on the plow, you can't put it down until you're at the end of the row. Let's get this done. Enough is enough. Let's finish what we have started, Let's finish it together. We must get to the end of the row. Yes?
Yes.
Call your elected officials. Codify what I originally called the Lucretia Mott passage. It is your Equal Rights Amendment. It is our ERA. And secure our human rights. Finally. And on November 5th, support New York State's Equal Rights Amendment. We have so many other rows to put our hands on the plow to. Surely we can get this done. And now I welcome up to the podium someone who needs very little introduction. She's made her own waves. Your Honor, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.